Hi, I'm Paul Sullenberger, and today we're going to go over the installation for the new CeramicSpeed OSPWX X for Shimano Ultegra RX800 and 805 series derailleurs. We'll start with our bike in the stand. I'm going to remove the rear wheel and take the chain off. Now go ahead and shift up to the top of the derailleur to get the cage free of the cable mounting or the motor point. With the Phillips head screwdriver, go ahead and remove the rotation stop screw to allow the spring tension to unwind. And carefully allow the cage to rotate forward until there's no spring tension. Now with a 2mm Allen key, we'll remove the cover of the clutch with the 3 screws on the front. And you will hang on to these as we will reuse the 3 screws and place the cover back on. We'll take note that there is a small rubber gasket that sits into a groove. Just make sure you keep track of that either on the derailleur body or set it with the cover. From here, we're going to use a 4mm Allen key to release the cage body from the internals of the clutch. And we just want to be careful to keep the clutch all together so you don't have to reassemble later. Once unthreaded, we can take the whole system out the back, and you have the spring, the dust cover, and the stock pulley cage. The spring is hooked. This does engage into the pulley cage system. You may have to unhook it to get these apart. There is also a silver flat washer on the stock derailleur cage, and we're going to take this and use it on the OSPWX for the installation. We're now ready to unbox and install the OSPWX. Inside the box, you'll find your CeramicSpeed OSPWX held in the foam case, welcome card, including a sticker sheet and an attention card for proper installation instructions, as well as a 15ml pulley wheel oil bottle for maintenance. We'll go ahead and remove the 2.5mm rotation stop screw from the new cage. We're going to save that, we'll install it at the end. Now go ahead and use that flat silver washer from the stock cage. We'll place that over the mounting bolt. We're going to take our spring. You want to go ahead and hook it. Recommended one place over from the H or second from highest spring tension. If you are doing smoother roads or looking for lighter spring tension for more efficiency, you can go to a lower spring tension. For the off-road and all-around cyclocross use, we do recommend the higher spring tension to retain the chain. You also want to go ahead and take careful note of the dust cover, making sure you align it over the spring, as that'll line up nicely in the back of the cage. We will now align with the derailleur, first the spring post and then the dust cover. And you want to keep a finger on the front of the clutch as it'll come out slightly when you push in the oversized system. And this is because the threads will come to the back of the bolt. Once everything's flush to the back, hold things together with your hand. We'll go ahead and use a 4mm Allen key to tighten things together, and then we're going to torque it down. With a light tightness, go ahead and check and see that the spring is engaging and motion's nice and tight. Now we'll go ahead and set this to a 5.5 Nm torque. We're now ready to go ahead and reassemble the front of the clutch cover, and then we'll place the rotation stop screw back in. Go ahead and line up the rubber gasket matching the shape on the clutch cover, placing it over the groove. Place our clutch cover over the face and replace the 3 2mm bolts back in place. Use a light hand when tightening these down. They only go to a torque of 0.8 to 1 Nm. Now we'll go ahead and confirm the torque on these. Torque setting is 0.8 Nm. Check our motion and spring engagement, and we can now go ahead and place in the rotation stop screw. So we'll rotate back on the oversized system, applying spring tension, and then secure the rotation stop screw to a torque of 0.3. You now shift back down to the bottom of the derailleur. We'll be ready to install our wheel and the chain. You'll want to start with a new uncut chain, as you need an additional 2 links longer than a standard setup. We're going to go ahead and measure chain length by using the small chain ring up front the smallest cog in the rear through the derailleur, bringing the ends together. Make sure to feed the chain over the center mounting post so it runs smoothly from pulley to pulley. And for our measurement, we're going to bring our ends together. We want to put a little bit of tension on the cage and then remove 2 links. Today we're using a quick link. We'll install this, lock it together, and then check our gears and our top and low limits. Now go ahead and check our lower stop, our upper stop, and any barrel adjustments in between needed. You're now ready to go ride.